back to do some drafting with some real people. Best of 1 MTG Arena. And hey, if you don't mind, can you help me out a little bit? Can you hit the like button? It'll help me out a lot. And if you get crazy, you can even hit subscribe. And if you're just absolutely out there, become a patron, because I would appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 10 patrons. Right now we're at 8. Shooting for 10. We'll get there eventually. All right, pack 1, pick 1. Temple of Silence. Not an exciting rare by any means. Uncommons. I do like Kinetic Augur. It's shown to be quite good. Canopy Stalkers. Meh. And then some commons. No good removal. Just nothing really all that exciting here. So I'm going to take the Augur because why not? Pack 2. They apparently opened a far better rare than we did. And we got Faith's Fetters, which is very nice white removal. Indulgent Patrician, which can certainly work if we end up in the white-black deck. Chrome Replicator. I just like this card. Just with the hope and prayer that we get that 4/4. What's not to like? And then Llanowar Visionary, one of the better uncommons. One of the better commons in the entire set. So because it's early in the pack, because it's only a colorless card, we're just going to take the Chrome Replicator. Because this can make literally any deck. Oh my goodness, a second Llanowar Visionary. But Teferi's Tutelage, do we go for the mill game plan? Could, we definitely could. Actually, but I'm gonna take Llanowar Visionary. Because we've seen 2 of these things go around now, and I just really, really like this card. I'm not expecting it to come for 1 to wheel, but maybe green's just more open in this direction. I really like Spellgorger Weird. Shock is good removal, and I'm really tempted to take the Shock just because it's solid removal, but I like Spellgorger Weird too much. I can't help myself. It's my favorite red common in the set. Ooh, Volcanic Salvo is a good card. I don't know why it's still in the pack. I mean, you have to be in red to play it, sure, but it's a really good card. Okay, now we're seeing a lot of good white. So I kind of just want to take the removal. Plenty of playable black cards. Secure the Scene is not too shabby, but I think I'm happier taking a creature here over another removal spell, especially one that's in our main color. So I'll take the Hobble Fiend. I think that makes sense, especially if you end up with multiple. Oh boy, the bomb that is Conspicuous Snoop. Actually, this card's not all that good at all in this format, but I kind of just want a rare draft just to take it. So that's what I'm just taking the rare. This was our pack, and it's just not all that exciting. Ooh, maybe we end up splashing a color. I've yet to splash a color, I think, in this entire draft. Blossoming Sands is here to push us in that direction. And there's the bottleneck. Being a bottleneck. Just, yep. All right. I do like Fear of the Bitten. It certainly can work out over Prismite and yeah, sure, we'll take Fear of the Bitten. Who knows if we'll play it. Depends on what our deck's actually trying to do. What? Please do not make me restart. Just let me finish this draft and then I'll do whatever you ask. Fierce Sympath works good in the red-green deck because you're going to end up with a lot of creatures. Although we're going to need to start getting some Colossal Dreadmaws or something to make this thing work. Oh, another Blossoming Sands? Wow. Celestial Enforcer probably isn't going to work here because we're not going to have any flyers, but I'll take Trackdown. That's a fine playable. Not going to play either of these, but I'll take Return to Nature and just immediately put it in the sideboard. Warded Battlements. Big fan of that card. Surprised it's basically the last pick in that pack. Okay, we got a rare that we can play. That makes me happy. Don't know if we'll actually have any ways to get this thing down earlier, but glad we have it. Oh, wow. Soulseer. Oh my goodness. Okay, I was ready to snap pick Soulseer, and seeing Chrome Replicators, like, well down the list. Oh my gosh, I gotta take that. I gotta take it. Card advantage is too good. Warden of the Woods is a fine playable here. So let's take it. Not super excited about this pack. There's no green in it. There's really nothing. There's no white that I'm worried about splashing. Between Onake Ogre and Pitchburn Devils. Actually, let's take the Devils. I just feel like it's a better card. Okay, Sabertooth Mauler's probably our best bet here. We have nothing to really do with Conclave Mentor, even though I've liked the white-green deck. There's just not much we can really do with it right now. Skyscanner works. That works for any deck, really. Drawn cards. I like drawn cards. Okay. Oh, Drowsing Pteranodon and... Oh my goodness. Okay, we got 10 minutes to finish the draft, people. Let's do it. Drowsing Pteranodon or Colossal Dreadmaw. We just gotta take the 2-drop because it's a good 2-drop. Turret Ogre, Wizardry, Run Afoul. How many non-creature spells do we have? 5? this just isn't exactly the deck for a Goblin Wizardry. Turret Ogre's good just because it has reach, so I think that's why I'm going to take that. Another, ooh, we'll take Hobble Fiend, because those, the more of those, the better. Wow, Gnarled Sage and Chrome Replicator are still in this pack. A second Chrome Replicator would not be too shabby, but I'm going to take the reach, because flyers have been rough for me in this best of one format, and I would prefer to have ways to at least stall those so we can win the race. Nothing there. Another uncommon. Hooray, here we go. Fabled Passage. Oh man, and Seasoned Hollowblade's here now. Oh boy. I mean, we don't really have anything that's exciting. Drowsing Pteranodon would be good, but I'm going to take... Maybe it makes splashing easier in this pack too. Let's look. What non-creature spells do we have? Got pretty solid creature, non-creature breakdown right now. Oh, there's a gold card for us. And I think that's better than a second Warren of the Woods, although our second Llanowar Visionary is... Ooh, that is actually a tough choice for me because we need another 3-drop. It helps make Chrome Replicator better. But Leafkin Avenger is just so good. So we're going to take that. I would just really like some more 2-drops now. There's a lot of good other gold cards that we don't really work for us. Maybe just take the combat trick here. Ooh, you know what? Maybe the Vine works the best because we just need to buy our time and then we'll run over our opponent. Wow, good 2 and 3 drops here. If one of these 3 wheel, I'll be really happy. But I'm going to actually take the Visionary here just because drawing cards I'm a huge fan of. Thrashing Brontodon is really good, but I want to get the double card as well. Oh man, Garruk's Uprising is perfect for what we're trying to do. So let's do that. A second Sky Scanner. I've had Invigorating Surge be rough to deal with at times, but I feel like taking a 3-drop. It's solid. It's a duplicate. Draws us a card. Let's just take that. Second Gnarled Sage. Another Hobble Fiend. I'll take a 3rd Hobble Fiend here. Because then if we can just cut the Vine, we don't need it. Great. Ooh. I don't know if I want to take... I don't know if I want to take 4 Hobble Fiends, though. I think getting a Colossal Dreadmaw could be better. Right now, we've only got 2 things that Fierce Empath can grab. Colossal Dreadmaw would be nice. And I think it's... Yeah, we'll just take that. A second Garruk's Uprising. That seems kind of nuts to me. All right, here, sure, we'll take the second Garruk's Uprising. I've never played with 2 in a deck, so I'm... Well, okay, Crash Through. That's a thing. Take Hobble Fiend number 4, I guess. Short Sword. Sure. Ranger's Guile. I like you. You're a good combat trick. Titanic Growth. You're a solid combat trick. Alright, pack 3's been pretty good to us. I'm not sure how I feel about the curve yet, but it definitely feels like we got some potential here. Alright folks, I want to know what you think the record for this deck will be before I actually start playing. Because right now I got no idea. And if I could redo any picks in this draft, I'd probably drop the Spellgorger Weird and take that shock. Definitely would appreciate a little bit more removal. And oh man, maybe I should have taken Soulseer over the Maze Mind Tome. Because right now we got all kinds of good creatures, but I don't have a lot of removal. That's a bad pick on my part. So first round of cuts, I'm going to get rid of Fear of the Bitten, Short Sword, 1 Hobble Fiend, 1 Uprising, get rid of the Kinetic Augur. And then I'm going to cut Dreadmaw. I think I'm just going to cut the Replicator because we don't have a ton of duplicates and we're going to be happy with any of these high drop creatures that we play. And I think let's just rock 41 cards. Let's see how 41 cards does. Wait, I do not want Kinetic Augur as the art for this thing. Leafkin Avenger or Volcanic Salvo. Yeah, we want to meteor our opponents down. Alright, so we had to take a break just for the update, but I didn't actually see an update happen. Either way, we got a pretty solid starting hand here. 2-drop into 3-drop with a nice 4 and later game play. So what are we up against? White... Ooh, probably white-red with that fancy play. Wow, alright, there's all 3 of our Hobble Fiends. And then hopefully we can hit our 4th land on curve. But here's a trade I don't mind making, or if they unfortunately have a combat trick, well, so be it. Alright, I will make that trade every time. Concordia Pegasus. Ooh, they missed a land drop. That's not ideal for them. I'm half tempted to play Drowsing Pteranodon, because if we hit our 4th land, we could play Leafkin Avenger and start attacking in for 3. and that's probably the greedier play. So I'm just gonna do this to make sure we hit our land drop, or at least give us a better chance to. And now I guess I'm glad I didn't bank on drawing our 4th land, because we would not have hit it without potentially playing Skyscanner. Okay, that's a card. So now, I think we get in, we attack. This will make sure we hit our land. There's no way we don't, right? Okay, so that's nice. Garrick's Uprising will help us draw a card. Now, unfortunate. Oh no, wait, we can just play down Pteranodon. Yeah, there we go. Okie dokie. It doesn't really matter what order I put these in, because I guess maybe I could have just put a forest on the bottom. But oh wow. Alright, so they must be the white-green counters deck, but they're missing land drops, and it's hurting them. So right now we would just really like the ability to be able to keep playing our stuff down. Too nice. Just play down Leafkin Avenger. And yeah, the bummer here is attacking with Pteranodon only equals a 1-for-1, which I'm not stoked about. So yeah, let's just play the Defender, and then next turn we can play Garrick's Uprising, play Hobble. Wow, they are struggling. I mean, I feel for them. We can play Chandra's Incinerator down, and then after next turn, as long as they don't have like destroy target tapped creature, I feel like this is just going to walk us in for the victory. Or, wow, that's just really unlucky on their part. That is brutally unlucky on their part. Oh yeah, and we changed our avatar to Elspeth. I just like her. She's just so stoic, but like the kind of stoic that I admire, where it's not this arrogant stoic. She's just the kind of leader you want to follow. All right, now if we hit our 3rd land here, I'm going to be a real happy camper. We are playing 17 lands, right? Yes, okay. Oh, another white-green deck. One that does not appear to be having the same mana problems. Turn 2, yeah, we'll start playing creatures down. Now this could get messy, because if they start pumping this thing up, thankfully we have Turret Ogre. But okay. Yep, they want to race, so I feel like this isn't an all bad situation for us. And one thing that'll help us race is ramping out a little bit, so we can play Pitchburn Devils next turn. And Hobble Fiends are just all over the place. Hey, they got their own Landwar Visionary. Not too shabby. What we're hoping for is one of our bigger creatures. That's what we would really like to see. Attack with you, see if they want to block. I'm going to guess no, because they probably just want to ramp. But if they block here, I'm happy to make that trade. Yeah, let's do it. And then we got Pitchburn Devils. Alright. Now next turn we can go Fierce Empeth into finding, you know, one of our bigger bomby creatures and just have a grand old time with that. Let's get a little aggressive. Nice. I don't want to do anything there. Play Fierce Empeth. I think we grab Incinerator. Oh, no, Warden of the Woods. Because if their removal is fight or tap creature, it's probably not going to be able to take care of this by itself anyway. And then we'll play Maze Mind Tome and feel pretty good about it. So they've been missing land drops. Alright, now they find their 4th land. But they've been missing land drops, so they gotta have a ton of spells in their hand. But hopefully, come next turn, we're just so far ahead they can't keep up. Oh, wait, I took out our big dino buddy. Ooh, alright, flying galore. So they're getting in for 5, that's a lot. So I'm actually going to scry just because I think the gaining 4 life with Maze Mind Tome cannot be neglected here. And Skyscanner just giving us a chump blocker in the air could be pretty solid. Ooh, we don't have... I really want to get the value from Turret Ogre. But I think it also having reach and shutting down Concordia Pegasus is probably worth it. And actually, yeah, let's attack with you. Don't want to attack with Landwar Visionary. And thankfully we still have ways to get in for damage, so there we go. End the turn. Okay, now with Turret Ogre there, I'm assuming they have to have Hunter's Mark or whatever, Hunter's Edge, whatever it is, to blow up Turret Ogre. But then after that, what can we do? Warden of the Woods is just our big body that they're going to have a really hard time getting around. Okay, they're attacking for 2. I think we keep Skyscanner around. Yeah, I don't mind chump blocking here if it just helps us get in for more damage. Pass to blockers. I'm assuming they have to have combat tricks here, so we'll make them use them. Sure, that's totally fine. Because them dealing 4 damage to us, I think, is more important right now. I feel like right now we can still win the race. Although this does have trample, so we're still going to take 3 trample there. Wow, okay. Touché. That is rough. I don't even know if we have a way to deal with that right now. Nope, don't want you. Oh, there you are. Let's draw a card. Oh, bummer. Oh, I already played a land this turn. Yeah, I mean we're just dead to rights here. But we'll play out our spells just to show them. You're lucky you had these titanic growths, let me tell you what. Let's see if they got something fancy. Play something fancy. Alright. Bummer. Alright, kind of a bummer that we've been on the draw all 3 games, but pretty solid starting hand, unless they come out swinging. Alright, white is apparently the color of the day. So next turn, yeah, we don't. Oh man, just that ideal another 3 white-green decks in a row. Okay, at least we'll get a decent blocker out here. Yeah, we'll throw Hobble Fiend down, trade it for the Chorister. The Chorister I just have a really hard time because once they can pump that thing up, that is just all kinds of bad. We'll just block with Hobble Fiend. Not sure what they're waiting on. I'm assuming combat tricks, but that's why this format can be just really hard to get in a rhythm, because when you're on the draw and your opponent's curving out, they got combat tricks, it can just be brutal to stabilize. Alright, Truffle Snout. I feel like I see this card played way more than I would expect, because I just don't think it's that good. But maybe I'm wrong. Alright, we'll trade the Pteranodon for the Truffle Snout, I suppose, and then next turn, slap down Leafkin Avenger. It'd be good if we could stop drawing so many land, but if we can stabilize with this deck, we're going to be in business. Man. It's just unlucky. Alright, they're down to 3 cards in hand. But they also missed a land drop. So that means they got at least 3 creatures and or combat tricks. And having to trade away our 4-drop for their 3-drop doesn't feel great. Especially if they Hunter's Mark here, then we pretty much lose. But so we've drawn 4 spells, 7 land. That's also not a winning combination. And here goes nothing. All right, well, at least we got that off the board. Now we just gotta hope we find creatures. Or they find another Truffle Snout. Okay, well, that's not a creature, but it should find us a creature. Not a great one. Actually, do we want... Ranger's Guile may help us if they do end up having Hunter's Mark or something. But at this point, at least it can trade for the Daybreak Charger. Alright, see now there's our big Mamba Jamba. Hopefully that's a wall that they just cannot break through. They got their own Skyscanner, because it's just a solid card. A second Daybreak Charger. Alright. Don't mind if you do. Yeah, that doesn't feel great, because now we pretty much lose regardless, right? But we might as well get rid of that one. Whew, that is just some rough draws. And we'll play that. Good game. Alright, geez. We really need to be on the play here. Come on, Arena, help us out. Alright, I guess we'll be on the draw again. 4th game in a row. That doesn't seem right to me. But here's a hand that we also can't really keep. All red lands, all green mana. So we'll mulligan once our opponent figures out what they're doing. Good hand, good hand. All right, that's a solid hand. Ooh, I don't like having to pitch our only removal, but can't really pitch any of these other cards. Is it going to be a 4th white-green deck in a row? Oh my goodness. Well, it's definitely white. Okay. Alright, glad we found our 4th land. I'm going to throw the Hobble Fiend down just because I'm happier trading that away for a combat trick or their creature than Drowsing Pteranodon. But yeah, man, like this is just rough when you're on the draw over and over. Especially with our deck being a little slower. Not ideal. Alright, I'm going to play Garruk's Uprising just because then next turn when we play Turd Ogre, we have to draw a card. And it gives Turd Ogre Trample. It's just a nice... Alright, we're going to win 2 games because our opponent's just having mana problems. Which is fine by me. We could use some luck turning in our direction. Are we up against mono white? Is that possible? Definitely could be possible. Drawing cards for days. And then next turn, play Warden of the Woods, draw another card. Feels good. See, now imagine like this happening when we're on the play as well. When you're on the draw and you're just having to throw away your early plays, especially in our deck, that's what leaves us open to so much damage. Is that we're kind of hoping to curve out and then our plays just end up being better. But when you're behind and you're taking damage every turn, just having the biggest creature on the board no longer, or is far less important. Alright, so our opponent's white-black. That's not all bad. Let's attack. And I'm happy to attack here because these all have trample. So I can't imagine. Yeah, they block there, because then it shuts down the Pteranodon as well for now until we slap this bad boy down, which also has vigilance, thankfully. This card's just so frustrating to deal with. Letting your opponent draw 2 just for targeting it with anything? Big fan. Alright, so we've drawn 9 land to 6 spells. This is also like where I just scratch my head. How do we keep drawing 9 land to 6 spells? A little ridiculous. Ooh, that's a good response for this. Hey, look, we found another land. Would you look at that? Activate ability. Just try and thin the deck a little bit as much as we can. And no need to swing in with our Warden of the Woods because, well, we get in there. Now everything is essentially lethal damage. Next turn, everything's got trample. I think they just kind of fell too far behind, missing their second color. Or actually, wait, they didn't even have the ability to give it Death Touch. I'm just a big dum-dum. But yeah, my point is I think they're too far behind to really catch up. Now if they remove Warden of the Woods, I could definitely slow some things down. But yeah, even with that. So they're going to gain 2, Death Touch that, but they've got 10 trample damage. They can absorb 6, 7, 8. Oh, okay, so they're not completely out of it. Oh, hello, Volcanic Salvo. We got you back to the top. And yeah, actually, let's do it like this. And now we can just attack with everything. And then come next turn, they're just dead. But yeah, should have attacked with Warden of the Woods last turn. I don't know what I was thinking. Don't know what I was thinking attacking with my Llanowar Visionary there either. I've just written this game off. Maybe they don't see that I've written this game off, but I've written this game off. All right, they play Malefic Scythe and then equip. Ooh, all right. Okay, so what we can do here, do this, draw a card. Oh, but we can't cast you yet? Oh my goodness. Oh, that's not good. Okay, but at least next turn what can happen is we can block, eat our own creature, and then blow this thing up. Indulgent Patrician, okay. So we have to do this just to keep it from gaining life. And then we just pray that they don't have a way to protect their creature. Okay, so definitely not my finest work, but we got there. Jeez, sorry for dragging that one out. Oh my goodness. We gotta go first finally, right? Oh my goodness, we do. Okay, now it's not the best starting hand, but at least we have a 2-drop, 4-drop. Should be fine. Everything should be fine. Ooh, and our opponent had a mulligan? What are the chances? Here we go. Yeah, that last game. You can't write someone off. And I did. I essentially wrote that game off thinking, oh, this one's over. There's nothing bad that could happen. We, for real, almost lost that game. That would have been all bad. All right, we hit our 4th land. That makes me feel a little better. I would just really like a 3-drop or 2nd green, and then we can cut the land. Maybe we're up against mono red. Hey, thanks for the 3-drop deck. Good looking out. Look at us, we're working in harmony now, getting land we need, getting the spells we need. All is well with the world. Oh, the white is gonna be in everyone's deck, except for ours apparently. Maybe we just need to go splash white and then we'd be winning way more games. Okay, they gotta have some Spellgorger weirds for sure on their end. Attack 3. And then we could play Mazemind Tome, but I'm happier just adding to the board. We got 2 combat tricks, although we can only cast 1, but them having Bolt Hound doesn't mean anything to me. We're just gonna stay aggressive. And if they want to trade with Hobble Fiend, I think we do just keep our thing alive. Might as well get in for a lot of trample damage. There we go. Play down Mazemind Tome. Yeah, weird. And I'm just gonna scry just because I want to. We'll keep that on top. What you got for us? Yeah, this format is just so punishing. If you curve out even remotely well, which fortunately we were able to, even with just a Sky Scanner, that is tough to deal with. And we just keep the pressure on. No reason to slow down now. If they want to double block, I think I kind of want to keep Hobble Fiend around. So we're going to do this. Get in for 2 trample damage, and we get to add you to the board, which means next turn we can play something like Gnarled Sage. Oh, lovely. And I'm going to scry again, because at this point, us just drawing spells is all we need, and we should be too far ahead to be stopped. We essentially have 2 lethal threats on board. I don't know if they're going to be able to blow up 2 things. Volcanic Salvo is definitely not an option for them right now. All right, well, fortunately, they didn't rope us. They just conceded, so hey. Little win streak. There we go. That's what we want to see. We are 2-3. Or sorry, we're 3-2. We're trying to break through our 3-win barrier. This is, again, a solid hand. But we're on the draw. And we're playing against another white-green, white-red aggro deck. So not exactly where I want to be. Oh boy. All right, white-red. White-red aggro. Let's see if we can hopefully stabilize. All right, I'm glad we're getting our lower costed creatures. That's what's going to help us get to our bigger bodies and hopefully be undeniably strong. Oh man, Sure Striker is a problem. That is definitely... See, this is when I wish I had Shock, although we haven't drawn that other card ever. The other card that we picked over it, what is it, my favorite red common? It has just abandoned us in our time of need. All right, so we've got some of our big bodies. We've got our 4th land, but this Siege Striker is going to be really hard to get off the board right now. And our opponent's just curving out. Not what you want to see. And I assume they're... Oh, and they can protect this thing at least once, so we got to get it off the board twice. Whew, this is going to be rough. This can be really, really rough. All right, so here I think it's just better to add multiple things to the board. I wish you could just blow up a creature, but right now that's not where we're at. And actually, yeah, let's just get in. I assume they're going to want to keep pumping up Siege Striker, Because as long as they make it a 3/3, it's pretty much unblockable for us. And them just playing creatures out makes this thing obnoxious to deal with. You want to attack with anything else? Yeah, why not? Attack with the makeshift battalion. And you might as well get a third one in to make it. Yeah. Okay, so we got to throw the Pteranodon in front of that. And unfortunately, I think we just take the 6 here and try and lighten their board up, as it were. Oh man, they got shock. Okay, well that's all bad. Ooh, we may be too far gone, folks. It might be just another 3 and 3. Ooh, Volcanic Salvo. That is our saving grace, but we're 4. Ooh, we are just... I think we're just too far behind to play this. This would be our go-to card, though. Block there. I mean, we lose. There's no... Oh, man. Bummer again. Yeah. And then when you run into decks like this, I feel like whenever I play aggro, I would never have this kind of curve out perfect amount of land spell combination, but bummer. I guess it's just another stinking 3 and 3 draft. What the heck? All right, we're definitely going to do a best of 3 next one, just because I feel like we're better than this, and I'm going to prove it. So thank you for watching. Again, if you could, like, subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you for being here. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.